Have you seen the latest video from Rania Khalek? My goodness, she tells a lot of lies about Israel. So I decided to fact check her. If you don't know who Rania is, she's the type of journalist that would retweet this to her 200,000 followers. No business quite like show business. No better way to keep the memory of the Holocaust alive by making dollars off of it.
The two-state solution for Israel and Palestine is a mantra government officials repeat, knowing it's bullshit. It was always a distraction so Israel could keep stealing more Palestinian land under the cover of an illusory peace process.
It's hardly a distraction. As recently as 2008, the Palestinians were offered a state in basically all of the West Bank and Gaza, and with East Jerusalem as its capital. They said no, just like they did every other time. The only reason there isn't a Palestinian state is because they keep turning it down. And they keep turning it down as they want everything from Jaffa to Ramallah, and they refuse to accept the Jewish state.
Israel is an apartheid state with little islands of Palestinian ghettos under Israeli control. That's how the supposed Palestinian state went from looking like this to looking like this.
What a liar. In 1917 there wasn't a country called Palestine. Back then it was part of the Ottoman Empire. That is until the British drove them out in World War I. 2 years later, Britain was awarded a temporary mandate over the region so they could establish a Jewish national home. Instead, they gave most of the land to the Arabs, and what remained, which is the map that she shared, was supposed to be the Jewish state. So in summary, she's sharing a map of what Israel was supposed to look like in 1921 and claiming it was Palestine in 1917.
Israel is a settler state built on the Nakba, or catastrophe, as part of a European colonial project driven by the ideology of Zionism.
More lies. The majority of Jews who live in Israel descend from Jews that never set foot in Europe. But anyway, that's a red herring. The Jewish people are indigenous to Israel. We're not Europeans. We're not a colony of Europe. Truth be told, Europeans slaughtered us because they didn't see us as European.
Liberals say two states is the only option because one state would mean Jews might be in the minority. This argument is straight up bigotry.
You know what is straight up bigotry? The Palestinian National Authority, as they literally banned Jews from being citizens. The Arabs ethnically cleansed us in 1948, then banned us from living there, and as recently as 2013, Abbas said that not a single Israeli Jew would live in a future Palestinian state. Now that's straight up bigotry.
But maintaining a Jewish majority requires denying the basic rights of non-Jews, as well as continuous ethnic cleansing.
So she's lying again. Arabs in Israel have the same rights as Jews, so much so that Christian Arabs are Israel's highest achieving religious group in education, and Arab judges have sent a Jewish prime minister and president to jail. As for ethnic cleansing, the Palestinian population and Israeli Arab population increases every year. Ethnic cleansing results in a population decreasing, not increasing. You know, like what happened to the Jewish community when they were ethnically cleansed from her country, Lebanon. Speaking of which, why doesn't she make a video about how the 270,000 Palestinians in Lebanon are denied citizenship, healthcare and education? There's a literal Lebanese apartheid against Palestinians.
Despite the Israeli state policy controlling both groups, only one has full rights. So much for the only democracy in the Middle East.
So she wants to talk about democracy when the Palestinians haven't had elections in 15 years. Okay. Meanwhile, over in Israel, they have them all the time. In fact, the third largest political party in Israel is an Arab party.
How much longer until those who claim to be liberal support the obvious solution? One state with equal rights for all.
How did that work out for Syria or Lebanon? Civil war, that's how. But civil wars aside, is she seriously suggesting that the Palestinians who haven't had elections in 15 years and who banned Jews from citizenship and who when polled overwhelmingly believe that Arabs who sell land to Jews should be executed, is she saying that those Palestinians would suddenly become champions of democracy and live in peace and harmony with their Jewish minority? Well, she's certainly an optimist. Or a liar. I'll let you decide. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support us in making more of these videos, you can either donate to our Patreon or purchase the merch like this hoodie, or simply share this video and follow us on all of our social media, as it all helps. Thanks for watching.